My teenage son asked me to teach him how to cook his girlfriend's favorite meal, but she's allergic to everything. When my 15-year-old son Jake came to me asking for cooking lessons, I thought he was finally growing up. He'd been dating this girl Emma for 3 months and wanted to surprise her with dinner. Sweet, right? Wrong. What's her favorite food? I asked, pulling out my recipe box. Well, she loves pasta, but she's allergic to gluten, and dairy, and tomatoes. Oh, and nuts. Actually, most fruits too. I stared at him. What exactly can she eat? Jake pulled out his phone and showed me a list. I'm not kidding. This girl had a notes app with 17 different food allergies. Shellfish, eggs, soy, corn, most vegetables except like 3 specific ones. I'd never seen anything like it. Jake, honey, are you sure she's not just extremely picky? Mom, no. She carries an EpiPen everywhere. Last week she had to leave lunch early because someone was eating a peanut butter sandwich 2 tables away. So we spent the next weekend researching recipes. Everything we found either contained something on her list or tasted like cardboard. I suggested rice with plain chicken, but apparently she's also allergic to poultry. We tried quinoa salad. Nope, she reacts to most herbs and spices. By Sunday night, we'd narrowed it down to exactly 1 meal. Plain white rice with steamed carrots and a specific brand of olive oil she could tolerate. That's it, for a romantic dinner. This is insane, I told my husband later. What does this girl eat normally? Maybe she just brings her own food everywhere, he suggested. The next day, I decided to do some detective work. I picked Jake up from school and saw Emma by the parking lot. She was eating a massive turkey sandwich with cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, basically everything on her allergy list. I drove home in silence, my brain trying to process what I'd just seen. Either this girl had miraculous healing powers, or something else was going on. That evening, I sat Jake down. I need to ask you something about Emma's allergies. His face went red immediately. What about them? I saw her eating a turkey sandwich today, with cheese and tomatoes. Jake stared at his shoes for the longest minute of my life. Finally, he mumbled, "She's not actually allergic to anything." What? She made it up because she didn't want to eat dinner at my house. She said our family seems too intense and she needed an excuse to avoid family meals. I felt my eye twitch. We'd spent an entire weekend researching hypoallergenic recipes. I'd called 3 different specialty stores looking for specific ingredients. I'd even ordered a separate set of cooking utensils to avoid cross-contamination. Jake, why didn't you just tell me the truth? Because then you'd know she doesn't want to meet you guys and I really like her. The kid had a point, but I was still annoyed. All that work for a girl who was basically lying to avoid spending time with our family. So what do you want to do now? I asked. Jake thought for a moment. Can we still make the rice and carrots? If she's going to fake allergies, might as well give her exactly what she asked for. The next Friday, Emma came over for dinner. Jake had set the table with candles and everything. When I brought out the plain rice and carrots, her face was priceless. This looks simple, she said, clearly trying to be polite. Well, we had to work around your extensive allergy list, I replied sweetly. Jake wanted to make sure you felt safe eating here. She picked at the rice for 20 minutes, clearly starving. Meanwhile, the rest of us enjoyed the lasagna I'd made for the family. Emma kept glancing at it longingly. After dinner, she excused herself to the bathroom. Jake followed her out to the hallway, and I could hear them whispering. Your mom knows, doesn't she? Emma said. Knows what? Jake played dumb. That I'm not allergic to anything. This dinner was punishment. When they came back, Emma looked mortified. She apologized to me directly, admitting she'd made up the allergies because she was nervous about meeting us. I just thought your family seemed really close, and I didn't want to say something wrong at dinner, she explained. I actually felt bad for her then. The kid was just anxious. Emma, next time just tell us you're nervous. We don't bite. Much. She laughed, and Jake looked relieved. We ordered pizza, and she ended up staying until 11 talking with all of us about school, her part-time job at the bookstore, her plans for college. 3 months later, she's practically part of the family. And yes, she eats everything we cook. Turns out when you're honest with people, dinner tastes a lot better.